Good morning. I can see that I've got a sunspot on my nose coming through the window, so I hope that's not too distracting. Good morning, it's Wellness Wednesday, and I hope you are well where you are. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling energized and excited, and I think it's because June is around the corner and there's a cool breeze blowing, and this is my third year living back in the tropics, and I have to say 6 months of summer is quite draining, so to feel the cool breeze is very enlightening, and I feel renewed energy coming. And also, I've been feeling much healthier this week. And despite 2 setbacks this year, which was one, a car accident when the girl ran into me and hurt my back, and 2, having the flu 2 weeks ago, I'm really excited now to feel back at my best. And I've done some good running this week. Sunday I ran 11.5 Ks. Yesterday I ran 12 Ks, and this morning I ran 5.5 Ks. And I had a bug for breakfast, so that was nice. Not nice really. I got a bug, flew into my mouth, probably when I was running with my mouth open, which I have to remind myself not to do, especially in the morning and the late evening. Bugs are a bit, I can still feel it, to be honest. It's sticking somewhere down here in my throat and I can't quite get it up. I tried to cough it up, couldn't happen. Then I stopped at a water bubbler and tried to swallow it down. So there was lots of coughing and spluttering. Couldn't get the bug up. So it's still in there making its way through my system. And I feel bad for the bug, and I also feel bad for myself. So not so good. But yeah, that kind of made me laugh a little bit actually, because I think about gut health a lot this week, and I've been talking a lot about it because if you've seen the interview I did with James Jensen, which I posted over the weekend in some of my groups, you'll see we talked about gut health. And we know that the gut has many types of different bacteria in it. And if they're not healthy, then we're not healthy and we're not creating the right neurotransmitters and the right hormones and all the things that can keep us well and healthy and stop us from getting sick and prevent illness and diseases and so on and so on and so forth. So gut health is very topical at the moment. And if you're an avid Facebook user, you'll be constantly bombarded this last year with sponsored ads around gut health, love your guts, all this thing. You might be seeing the poo chart. Do you have a perfect poo today or a non-perfect poo? I shared that with a group the other day that I was doing a session with, and they were totally grossed out. And I said, it's not my fault if you haven't seen this. It's all over Facebook. So that was very funny. But yes, gut health is very topical. And we know that a lot of neurotransmitters are produced in our gut, including serotonin. So we know that the gut is a second brain. So we can't necessarily feel happy or be happy if we're not producing serotonin and we have poor gut health. And gut health doesn't just get damaged overnight, it's generally damaged over a long period of time. And particularly, I think for those of us as you start to approach middle ages, if you've been living a relatively sedentary, unhealthy diet and maybe consuming a lot of alcohol and having a lot of stress over a long period of time, your gut health is very poor. I found this graphic, which I absolutely love. We'll post it in the notes of this live today, but it talks about supercharging your gut and things we can do. So we can clear and cleanse our gut. Oops, bring it over here. Clear and cleanse. We can do intermittent fasting. We can stay hydrated. We can look at raw foods. We can look about cleansing out, dry brushing our skin, Epsom salts and lavender baths. We can do anti-inflammatory foods such as turmeric and garlic, olive leaf, oil of oregano. We can pre-populate our guts with both probiotics and prebiotics, which are really important. So kombucha, kimchi, fermented foods, asparagus, sweet potatoes, all that stuff's really good for our gut. We can practice self-love and self-care, which I do talk about a lot. We can also look at our immune system. We can reduce gluten, sugar, processed foods, and eat diversely. It's the color of the rainbow. So we saw that post I did yesterday. So these are all different ways that we can start to supercharge our gut. So if you become curious about gut health, you can research it online. There's loads and loads of free information, free graphics, free tutorials, free seminars on YouTube, just loads and loads of stuff, and you can start to get curious and you can think about, okay, well, how can I do it? So what I did was I looked at, I did bone broth, which I made myself at home in my slow cooker. I started with prebiotic green powder in juices and taking probiotics with lots of different strains of good bacteria. And I re-energized my gut and reduced stress, cut out gluten and a lot of white flour and wheat products, and cut back on alcohol and started having kombucha and kimchi and stuff like that more regularly. So just really, really, really simple things. But if you think about your gut as a living organism and you want to maintain it and protect it and love it like you would look after your hamster in year 1 class at school, when you go out to the garden and pick some greens and stick it in the hamster cage, you can do the same thing for your gut. So think about your gut as having lots of loving little animals in there that you need to take care of. So that's really important. And then the other thing to think about really is emotional health, because if you're a highly emotional person, you feel sad easily, you feel angry easily, you feel upset easily, your response to stress is really overwhelming. When we are having negative emotional reactions or a lot of high emotional reactions, our body releases corresponding stress hormones and chemicals. Whereas if we're having happy emotions, loving emotions, joyful emotions, grateful emotions, our body will produce and release the other types of chemicals. So on any given day, you can choose what chemical reactions are going on in your body by choosing which emotions you want to spend more time having. And I've shared that before with the emotions wheel. So that's 2 things to think about. And then the third thing really is around lymphatic health. So lymphatic health, we don't talk a lot about lymphatic health, but it is becoming more and more common to talk about it because our lymphatic system mirrors our circulatory system. So our lymphatic system is a whole network of kind of veins and capillaries that mirrors our blood system. So our veins, for instance, but it's the garbage disposal unit of our body. And if that's not working well, and if that's inflamed or congested or clogged up, you're not going to be producing, your immune system will be poor. You're not going to be able to process toxins through your body. You're not going to be able to build new cells readily. So it's really important to understand lymphatic health. So if I had 3 things that I would suggest starting off with to improve your health, it would be curious about your gut health, start to understand your emotional reactions and choosing which emotions you would rather have on a given day because the corresponding chemicals will be coursing through your body, and then to think about your lymphatic health. So we have a heart to pump our blood around our body, but we don't have a pump to move lymph around our body. The only way to move lymph around your body is through movement. Now, most of us spend a lot of our day sedentary at our desk, sitting in our car, and then lying down in our bed or sitting at the table to eat. We're not moving consistently enough throughout the day, which is where the whole idea of 10,000 steps throughout the day. We need to be up and down, moving our body throughout the day, particularly our arms, pushing our arms up and down, doing old-fashioned star jumps like you did at PE at school, and just really starting to adopt your body. So for me, I know that I'm enjoying jogging, but for me, when I go jogging, it's about building new cells, improving my lymphatic health, and generally, helping my body to repair itself and to be out in nature and reducing stress, etc. So I don't necessarily think, oh my God, I'm going to run 12Ks today. I think, oh, I'm going to enjoy being out in nature. I'm going to move my body. I'm going to help my lymph system pump around and be healthier. So you can start to change the way you think about health and wellness. And that's really, really, really important. So I'm going to send to you, yes, Louise, I'm going to send the 10 things that I can do to help you with your gut health and other things to reduce stress, to help you with your health conditions that we've been talking about. So it's really important if you feel that you need a bit of help or you need a bit of a push or you need a bit of insight. You can start to be curious because there's so many different little things that you could potentially do just to improve them slightly so you can start to repair your body. So later today, I'm interviewing Jeanette Murray-Wakeland, and Jeanette is 70-plus-year-old grandmother. She's a world record holder for the most consecutive marathons run. She's run 366 marathons in 366 days. She's a raw vegan, and she became a raw vegan after she developed breast cancer in her 50s, stage 4 breast cancer. She doesn't have any cancer anymore. She's written a couple of books. She's created a documentary, and she's an all-round inspiring lady. So We're going to talk about changing our diet, raw food living, aging and overcoming cancer naturally. And also, one of the things I want to talk to her about really is, optimal health, because often society tells us we need to slow down in our 50s and 60s and 70s and we start to prepare for the other side, but what we can do is we can continue to have optimal health if we make good, healthy choices and optimal decisions. So we're going to chat a bit about that because there's a man in Roma in Queensland who celebrated last week, I think, his 111th birthday. I really want to do a road trip to go and visit him. So if anyone wants to come with me, let me know. But it's really interesting because he talks about the things, he grew his own food, he ate from his local produce, the stuff that he grew on his farm. He uses his brain, he writes a lot, he's engaged in the community, and he exercises. Three things, three simple keys to longevity. Use your brain, move your body, eat healthy food. It's simple, 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 and we all get stuck and trapped in a different way. So those are just some things I wanted to leave you with, food for thought on this Wellness Wednesday. If you want to have a chat about your wellness and some hints, tips, and hacks that you can do, please do reach out to me. I don't think I know everything, but I do know a lot of people, so I really like signposting people to where they can go to find information and to find support and to find professionals that can help them. So yeah, take care. I love you lots, and I hope your end of May is going well, and I'll see you again real soon.